Hey guys, I'm Kaikis, and welcome to a game called Lyca. In this game, we play as a little wolf trying to restore a barren wasteland. So we have a little bar above our heads, and every time that fills up, we plant a little patch of grass. Just have to make sure we're not already where grass is, and then when we run over it again, we turn it blue, and that's how we get these resources here. So we'll go ahead, check out what kind of upgrades we can get. One activation range, sounds good to me, and everything else is kind of a dark gray, so can't get anything else. But now, looks like we actually have a little circle beneath us, and we can get a decent amount of land covered up now. Looks like I'm missing some, so we'll try to go back and fill in these gaps, and then I am basically out of energy, so I need to run around and try to collect as much of those resources. I have my energy, which is this health bar, and then I also level up sometimes, which is this green bar, and that is how I get this green point there. So let's head to the upgrade screen again. We'll get, with my upgrade point, this movement speed and some more energy. 30 more energy puts us at 90. Here we go. Yeah, I think if I just stand kind of in the middle of the next square, I'm able to get 4 of these things. Then keeping an eye on my energy. Looks like that's enough. Try to run around, hopefully get a good amount. And just about 50 this time. So that's kind of the strategy of this one here. I could get more activation range. I think right now the activation range is good. So we're going to go for here a little more energy. It looks like the price of these upgrades do increase every time you buy them. And yeah, back. I guess I got a little too close to the edge there. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how the planting range radius is determined, since it just seems to be kind of in front of me and below me at this time. Only 52, kind of lost track of time a little bit. But this time, we'll see how the activation range does. It's a little bit bigger. I wonder if I'm able to reliably get this one row. Looks like I am. There we go. And that seems like a good point to just... Uh-oh. I probably don't want to get too low, otherwise I spend energy by trying to plant grass. And so if I get too low, then I waste energy and my run gets cut down shorter. So let's head back to the upgrade. What is this? 1 strength to break all terrain. So if you saw, sometimes there was that X, kind of me working on breaking that terrain. Let's get a faster activation time and strength towards breaking the terrain. Let's get started. Yeah, if we happen to see another one of those attempts at breaking the terrain, I'll point it out again, but there's an X basically saying, hey, can't break this one in one hit, gotta try again. But I am, or at least it appears like I am getting a lot more of this grass activated. 103. So we can get energy regen, some energy decay, activation, armor, energy. Let's go for reduce energy decay and energy regen. I think those both kind of do the same thing. Alright, a few runs later, got some more upgrades. The most notable things I got were a bit of faster activation time and some more energy. So I found that just kind of going in a square like this is more helpful. And then once I get a bit lower on energy, I can just run back and forth and get a bunch of blue resources here. And yeah, it looks like at the bottom there I have a progress bar. I presume I assume it's a prestige bar, given that it has prestige on it. Um, yeah, so once that fills up, then we might be able to prestige and see how that ends up going up. And yeah, you can see now that some of the ground is getting these X's on them right here. So I'm not able to break those ones in one hit. So I have to run over them multiple times in order to activate them. Let's go back to our upgrade screen. I got a few upgrades, as you can see, but one of the ones I just saw here was this 1% chance for sunflowers to spawn in. So let's go ahead and grab that one, and we will start another. Hopefully we can see some sunflowers this run. Ah, there's one. And then we're just going to go down here. Ah, another one. We're going to more or less surround this. Try to get a good, nice area. So I think that's, what, 3 sunflowers now? And now we'll just run back and forth and collect all our resources. Oops. Try not to leave any gaps in here. We got a bit of this yellow resource now. Up to 4. Snag that. Alright. I'm running low on energy, so I'm going to try to target. Oh no! Said that, but then my energy ended up slipping away from me anyway. We got 8 of the sunflowers. Can we get anything with that? No. So it looks like the sunflower resources, or upgrades, are in yellow here. So this one I only needed 2 more. We were very close to that one. No, no, no. Okay. So I think what we're going to do is we'll max this one out. Try to get that one up. And that looks like it. So basically, same thing as last time. Just running, planting some grass. Try to get a nice big area. There we go. 2 sunflowers already. That's good. Yeah, it'd be nice if we could get our chance for sunflowers up. Get even more. I am running a bit low on energy, so right here I think we'll call it. Run around and activate a bunch of grass. I didn't mean to get that close to the edge. Just those sunflowers there are a bit off to the edge there. Uh-oh. Accidentally attempted to plant on those ones down there. 6 more yellows. An upgrade point. Or a level up point. I don't know. So we can now get +1 resource when running through grass. So that should give us more of these blue ones more often. And a little more energy. We have exactly 0 of the blue ones now. Alright, the end of this run, because of our double resources, we did get over 400 of those blues and lost track of my energy again, so I didn't get as many yellows as I would have liked. Let's take a look at the upgrade tree. It would be nice if I could zoom out. It would also be nice if I could use my scroll wheel to move, but instead I have to use WASD in order to move up and down. I can't even click and drag, so that's a bit of a bummer, I suppose you could say. With all of our extra blues, we're going to max this one out. Just try to get some of these maxed out, get a better activation time, and let's start again. So oh, okay, so we have quite a big activation range. I can almost keep running. So I think that upgrade had 2 more for the activation time. So I think soon we would be able to just continuously run and activate the ground at the same time, which would be great. And I think I actually ended up getting 3 grass plots there. Don't know. Oh, I am almost out of energy. Was not paying attention. Try to target these sunflowers. Oh, only 7 of them. Can we get anything? Nothing that really seems very worthwhile. We'll get 1 flat energy and a little extra energy. I said energy here, that's armor. It's energy armor to be specific. And we need 110, 50, 100, 100. Those are all the yellow ones there. So we're only at 20. Looks like our next one is this 51 here, which gives us 500 energy, which would be over double what we currently have. So this time around, I did get another activation time upgrade, which means looks like we can run completely and plant the grass as we go. I don't like that bare spot there. That's just going to give me trouble further down the line. So I'm going to run, try to target the sunflowers because I seem to always miss them. And then frolic through the grass as a little wolf does. Probably come and revisit these while trying to also hit up the blue grass. And yes, we're able to get those 420, 22, not bad. Let's see, just enough to get us that 500 extra energy, so that should do us very good there. And a 1% chance for sunflowers to spawn. Yeah, I think we'll spend, that's all of our money there, but I think we'll spend that. That should give us more, yeah, more of these yellows, hopefully get us up to 100 a lot quicker. And Howl is our new unlock there. So yeah, just like I mentioned, able to just run. Don't have to slow down for anybody. Oops. Uh-oh. No gaps. That's the key. No gaps, otherwise that's going to come back and bite you later on in the run. So there might be a little bit of overlap, but it's better to have a little overlap than it is to have gaps. And nearing the end of this one, because of all that extra energy, I have been able to get quite a lot of sunflowers, and as you just saw, we managed to fill up our progress bar right there at the end, just before the timer went out. So we did, in fact, reach Prestige 1. We did get over 100 yellows because we had so much time just running around collecting. And another thought I had, which I'll show you guys when we get back into there, but first let's get... faster activation time would be good. Oh, I see. It's not quite as big as this here. Movement speed. Let's get more resources. I think that would be the best. And then, oh, another resource drop from sunflowers would also be fantastic. We'll max out this energy. I probably should have done more damage to the terrain, but that's okay. And now we can go to Prestige 1. Actually, is there anything we can do at this Prestige point? No, we're able to... We need 3 in order to be able to do anything with it, it looks like. So, we'll start the run. My thought was... Oh, there we go. Activation time is much faster. Is going all the way to the end here. And then basically coming... Oh. This ground is much tougher. Okay. Might not be able to, but basically coming over to the end, coming down to the bottom, and then filling up a square from there. My thought for that is because since my radius of planting always seems to extend further right and further down than I ever mean it to, then I don't have to worry because there's nothing else over there for me to actually plant. So let's go ahead, give us this extra strength to breaking the terrain, start again, and hopefully we won't run into that same problem again. At least not as quick. There we go. Make sure I am in the optimal lane here. There we go, we leveled up, so that's perfect. We'll go ahead and try to plant some of these. I'm keeping an eye on my energy. Right now it's just kind of a racetrack. So maybe try to finish this one line here. There we go. And then can go and collect everything now. And yeah, you can see even though I'm at the bottom, I'm not spending excess energy trying to plant. As Yeah, I would be trying to do that if I weren't in a corner. So I think coming down here is the best way in order to preserve energy. And now we'll just come up here. Yeah, I did accidentally try to tap that because I was on my right side. Quite a few resources this time around. We're going to dump a lot of it into this strength. Yeah, put all of our blues into there. Don't have any yellows. So now hopefully we're able to actually fill in this little square that I'm working on. Let's see, last time the hard ground kicked in right at this bend here, so let's check it out. Good. I mean, I upgraded the ground strength like 5 times, 6 times, so I'd be a little surprised if it came back this early. We don't have much energy. Definitely need to hold back on that. I might have gone a little too much this time. So, just trying to think the best way to do this. Maybe just need more energy then. Because I spawn in right up here. So I can't necessarily go any less right. However, I could start by going down and making my square lesser there. Then I just have to worry about the side and not the bottom so much. So that energy one here was only a one and done. We could get some Shake It Off -1 damage to energy when destroying the ground, or some flat armor. So we'll do a little bit of Shake It Off. We'll do some flat armor, maxing that one out, and some faster activation time. Well, it looks like going into all that armor did actually help because, well, we were able to fill up this entire square and still have 600 energy. Oh, went a little too far there. But it is nice to see that I instantly planted that piece of grass and didn't have to try to break it or anything. Sneak up there to grab those sunflowers, and yeah, just try to activate as much as this can. And we did happen to fill up our bar, so we did get to the next prestige, and there's our resources that we got. Let's see. Yeah, so this is what we gained in the run, and down here in the corner is our total amount of resources. Let's see. One away for the auto run idle mode. And then I think we have enough damage to terrain at the moment. It looks like we are able to unlock roses. So yeah, let's go ahead, get roses. We'll get even more of our blue resource as we're running through. Increase our energy by a percentage this time. And we'll do a howl. A lot of upgrades this time around. Going to Prestige 2. Let's see how this goes. Have to keep an eye on my energy because going into Prestige 1 really rinsed my energy. A big boom. I could think that was our howl. Not sure. Oh, there it is again. I'm not sure how often that ends up happening. Looks like our energy is starting to go down in big chunks. So we'll stop and just collect for a while. I hope the howl doesn't take up a lot of my energy. Trying to cut back. But the howl just keeps happening. Alright, 300 energy. I should be able to get everything. Or at least most of everything. Especially these new roses. So we'll definitely have to make sure we come back and harvest those as much as we can. So I also just noticed on my last howl, it looks like it does actually activate the grass in a very small radius right now. So whenever it goes off, it's like maybe within my circle that's beneath my wolf's feet there. 13 roses, 3,000 of the blues, so that's going pretty well. Can I get anything? Oh, so they drop faster, but that's not with the red. This looks like it's my only red upgrade. Magnet range, huh? That'll be nice. And more resource drop from roses. So I think, oh, this one's maxed out. That's too bad. I was wanting to get even more into that. Let's focus on our sunflowers because our sunflowers will help us get more roses. So we'll go spawn rate as much as we can. We can no longer get increased drops. That's probably fine. Let's see. We could get faster drops. What do we have here? 1 XP while destroying ground. I think getting this early on is probably a good way to go about it. So what do we have now? 1 resource when leveling up. Alright, I think that would be a good one to get there. We're going to increase that as much as we can. And a little faster activation time. Alright, so I am able to complete my bottom corner square. And yeah, I can definitely tell we have a lot more of these sunflowers out here. Yeah, you can see the field is basically littered with them. I don't have a ton of resources, so I might just target the flowers and have the blues kind of come as they do. But hopefully, this equates to a lot of upgrades. Yeah, compared to the roses, which I think the roses and the sunflowers were basically at the same point as far as their spawning. And now you can kind of compare. We have like 3 roses, I think, and I don't know, 20, 30 sunflowers. So quite a bit of sunflowers there, 293 in total. We are able to get an extra resource when leveling up, which I think that means we're going to get an extra green resource that's inside of the bubble there. And so we are about to level up, so that should come in handy. And this gives us +2 resources when running through grass. Absolutely. So that'll give us even more of those, this blue currency here. Let's get another resource drop from the sunflowers, and that is it. Well, it looks like this run we got very lucky. Look at all these roses we ended up getting. Last time we got like 3, this time we have like 10. So our luck is increased this time around, it looks like, because last time I did not increase any or upgrade any of the rose upgrades. I have, I think, been able to grab a lot more of these flower resources, and I just remembered that some upgrade in there let me have a magnet or something, so I think I want to try to get that. I think it was a red one here. Yeah. So let's get this. Hopefully I can grab the resources a little bit easier this time around. Get another resource. We are starting to get 500 at a time, so let's increase that. Maybe that'll get it to, I don't know, 700. And because we have it, faster resource drop, more XP, -1 ground toughness. I don't think we need that at this moment. We'll instead go for flat armor, and looks like we actually have some yellows we could spend elsewhere. Reduce energy decay, energy regen, that's activation time, movement speed, and we'll go for another drop from roses. And that's it. Alright, few more runs later, few more upgrades. I did max out the magnet, so now I'm able to grab these resources from the flowers a significant distance away. Grab, there we go. Yeah, you can see I no longer have to be directly on top of them like I used to be. Now I just kind of have a passing by, and I'm able to collect them pretty easily. 7,000 blues, 1,200 yellows, and 260 reds. Let's go ahead and upgrade. So yeah, I have a few upgrades already done up. I could get even more resources, which seems very handy actually. This would be the last one of that. Let's do that. And then I noticed over here, there's an upgrade that it costs these experience points. 1% chance for rocks to spawn. So let's go ahead and get into that. What is this? 1 damage, 2 rocks, huh? Okay. And then Takes less energy to destroy rocks and rock toughness. Let's go ahead, put my reds into that. Oh, what do we have here? Seed bomb. Well, I have 2 points. May as well. Good thing I didn't spend my yellows. Let's see. Strength for seed bombs. Explosion radius. And... okay, chance. Well, I think since we did boost almost the entire way, 4 out of 5 on our damage, I don't think we necessarily need rock toughness. So let's spend it on... let's do 1 strength, 1 explosion radius, and 1 extra chance. And then probably the radius. And another chance, because I was coming over here and I actually wanted to get another radius for the howl. I think radius is going to be a big deal here. And still haven't been able to get that next prestige, but hopefully coming up soon. I did unlock this one here, or not unlock, but once I get enough resources, I could get it another 1,000, so that will again over double our energy that we have. So yeah, we're able to cover a good portion of land. Why is that an X? Okay, so I think these little circle things here are seeds? Is that what they were called? They seem to be doing pretty good. Run after it. Do they take my energy? Judging by how much energy I have currently, I'm going to say no. So I think the seeds are pretty good. I'm just going to come in and fill these gaps. It does take 2 hits to fill it, or to break the ground now. Are there any more seeds along the edge? There's one here. No more seeds. I think I'm going to stay in my rather large field now. Oh, I see a couple seeds over there. Yeah, this is feeling pretty good with these seeds. Oh, even more seeds. Can I fill in this gap? Yes. Yeah, it seems like the seeds are doing more damage than I am. I'm okay with that. And we do have a new resource. You can see down there in the bottom left. It's a darker blue. It's for the rocks, I believe. So we've been getting, I guess, some rocks every now and then. Running out of energy. Got to make sure we collect all of the flowers, especially when they're all built up like that one was. Yeah, like these ones here. Lots of flower particles. Let's run on over here. Yes, there we go. Wow, 12,000 of these light blues, and then quite a bit of the other ones there. Let's upgrade. It said we only got 9 rocks. I'm guessing our other upgrades for rocks will take 10. However, doesn't even look like we are at that point where anything takes rocks. Let's put one into this just to see kind of where it leads off to. 15% chance to collect resources when they drop. Yeah, let's see that. Twice, that's a 30% chance. And okay, so we need 25 in order to get anything with the rocks. We can get extra vitality. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll get Howl a little faster. And these seeds were pretty crazy. Let's get our chance to get them up even higher. That's all the upgrades we can get. Wow. Things started off with a big old bang, so probably just going to follow these seeds around, see what happens. Oh, hello. Just when I think it's going to end, it just keeps on going. Oh. Or maybe it'd be smarter to run around on my own while I have easy time breaking the ground, lots of energy, and then coming back for the seeds when it's harder? I don't know. There's a gap here. It's not really letting me plant it, so I don't know. I don't know why there's a gap there. Are any seeds up here? I'd like to fill up like this whole side over to the corner, if possible. Looks like it takes a couple of hits in order to plant, but not for the seeds. Well, we still have 600 energy left, but our progress bar is getting pretty much done. So it looks like we will be able to move on in our prestige. There we go. Prestige 3 unlocked. And yeah, we basically have one whole half of the map all to ourselves here, which is nice. Lots of flowers, lots of resources. What I'm noticing is we have a ton of these yellow ones, so I think I need to get the rose spawn rate up. So that'll be something I get for next time. Alright, back in the menu, we do finally have the 3 prestige points. We're able to unlock idle mode, which gives us, looks like this popped up, auto run. And then we have challenge tab, green dew, and that. This green dew sounds pretty good actually. Restore 5 energy from activating grass. It's only 5,000 yellows. And let's see. Let's go ahead and see if we can't max that one out. We already maxed that out. Let's go max out that one. Put a couple points into faster blooming. And it looks like we actually do have enough of these rocks here. I'm not entirely sure where all those points came from. Let's get that. Plus 5 strength against terrain, huh? That sounds pretty good. Let's instead get our howl. I don't really know if we need howl damage at the moment. Let's also go more into our seeds. I mean, right now it seems like our seeds are doing really good for strength, so we'll just give that one extra one there. And that's relatively cheap. Well, it was. Just kind of buy whatever we can. We still have, what, plenty of yellows. So I guess we may, well, actually, I'm going to save up my yellows for this one. So let's go to Prestige 3 and see how that ends up. Ah, so I am auto running. So that's not me controlling him. Looks like I just kind of bounce off the edge, kind of like one of those old DVD screensavers on one of them TVs. There we go. I am going to take over again though. He was doing good, but lots of gaps. I'm not a fan of the gaps. Alright, getting low on energy again. We are getting very close to hitting the next prestige. However, I don't think we're going to quite be able to make that. But you can see we have a lot more red roses out here now. Only 32 rocks. It would be nice if I could increase my rock gain. But we can get plus 5 energy from activating the grass, which leads to plus 1 resource upon filling. So it looks like every time we would get a prestige point, we would end up getting another prestige point. Or challenges. Let's get more prestige points. What is this? I'm going to focus on the prestige points. And then I don't think prestiging will happen all too often, so it'll be good to get even more of that as we can. These both cost 50. We'll get flat armor, I suppose. Increase. Actually, can I max these out? Probably not. They have 10 upgrades each. Let's instead just focus on my howl. Give each of these a little bit of a upgrade there. See if they chained off to anything. They did not. Give that a go. And what do I have? Reds? I don't think anything really takes reds. Oh, what about these? Plus 1 resource when destroying rocks. Oh, I could only get one of those. That's very sad. And more rock chance. Oh, I completely forgot that one there. Alright. We should, I would imagine, be able to... Okay, so I think these X's are rocks. So wherever the X's are, such as right over here, I could probably get quite a few rocks from them. Okay, I'm not entirely sure, but we ended up running very short on this run. Let's go ahead, check out our upgrades. See, I doubt we can buy anything. My thought is we had a lot more rocks, so we probably have a lot of damage from the rocks. I feel like we're very close to prestiging, so I'd actually like to max that one out. As long as we could stay alive, we should be able to prestige again. We'll just do that, because why not? And that. Start the run. Alright, hopefully we don't just instantly die again. Barely even got into the run that time. Last time there. We will try to focus on the seeds again. And okay, I see that there is a rock right here where my mouse is. So I'm going to keep an eye on my energy. Yeah, my energy went down by like 100. So hitting those rocks is pretty detrimental to, well, living. That's probably not going to stop me. We'll see how it goes, but probably not going to stop me. Well, it might now. I'm at 300. Run away with my tail between my legs and collect some flowers. Alright, my very next run, I was able to fill up the entire map with grass. And as you just saw, I hit the next prestige as well. I got down to about 200 energy, but because of the upgrade I got, I am up to about 600 because I gained so much energy just by running through and activating the grass. So yeah, basically the entire map is my field, my plaything here. And as long as I always go through and activate the grass, I don't have to worry about the end running early. Already up to 1,000 energy, as you can see. So I can definitely stick around and gather a lot of flowers. Yeah, I've been running around for a couple minutes now, and yeah, still have 1,000 energy. So I think I have activated just about all of the grass, more or less. So it's only a matter of time now before things slowly die down. One thing that really worked for me on this run was during my upgrades the last session, I heavily focused on decreasing the amount of damage that I take from the rocks. And by doing that, I barely took any damage from the rocks, which very much helped. So then I was basically at full energy for a majority of it until the ground started getting a little too much to handle. But yeah, you can see I'm already down to 400, not much grass left to do. And in the bottom left corner, I have a ton of resources that I was able to gather. Our final results, 40,000 of the blues, 4 upgrades, 30,000 yellows, and a good amount of the other ones there. 4 prestige points because I went into the one down here, which gave me 3 extra ones for just prestiging, and I think I'll do the same here. So 1 resource when leveling up, so every time I level up, I would then get an extra one and another one after that. And what did that lead to? A bird that picks up resources. Oh, hello. That means I wouldn't have to go and manually collect, well, all of them. Plus 2 XP. Let's get a bird. I do like a bird. It's a magnet range. We'll get 1 of those. What did that lead to? It just keeps going. Alright, I would like to focus on trying to finish up what we have up here, though. Let's get more rock chance. Sure. They don't, yeah. So I was only able to get about halfway, 5 out of 10 there. So let's go ahead. We'll max that out. So then the rock should do almost no damage to me. And actually, come to think of it, I'll restore even more energy by activating grass. So that'll basically double what we had going on that previous run. Let's put the rest of my yellows into that and try to get a lot of my light blues into those. Max that out. See if we can't max out these. Not enough for that. Taking a quick look, I think everything else except for these 2 up here, I think those are all maxed out and don't have anything left over for the bottom. Prestige 4, let's see how we do. Oh, there goes our bird. Come back, birdie. There he is. Yeah, so he will go around and collect all our flowers that we end up producing. So I guess same as last time, just kind of following the seeds, seeing where they go. Gotta try to get the whole map again, that way our bird has something to do. And as you can see, we are... Oh. We're actually 1,000 energy over our maximum. So we're at 3,000 and our maximum is 1,800. So right now, we are doing pretty good on energy. Don't really have to worry too much about it. And as long as we are activating grass, we'll probably continue not having to worry about it. Yeah, you can see it is just kind of slowly going up still, 3,200. Even as the ground is getting tougher. 3,400. Wonder if we can manage to get up to 4,000. I'm sure if we stopped trying to plant grass and focus solely on activating, we could. We'll do a little zigzag. I don't know if that actually helps out or not. I saw 37, I think. Get all of our seeds. But we are almost done. I think this is the last bit of grass that needs planting. I saw we were at 38. I think I've been saying 1,000. 100. And there we are, 4,000. Wasn't paying attention, but we did fill up the progress bar, so we are able to go to the next prestige, and we are almost at 6,000 max energy, or not max, but 6,000 energy out of our 1,800. I have been focusing on just activating the grass because I wanted to see how high we could get that number. So far, pretty high. We're almost at 7,000 now. And yeah, still have some grass we can activate up here. So let's take a look at, I guess, can we push it to 8,000? I don't know. I think we're running out of grass that we can actually activate. Oh, can we see 8,000? Yes, we can see 8,000. There it is. We'll call that an achievement in of itself. We are over 4 times the amount of energy that we can hold. Oh, and here's some energy right up here. Put us up to probably around 85. Just about. Grab this right in here. There it is, 85. So I think my bird and I will just hang out, grab some flowers, and see when the round ends. I found another patch of grass that I hadn't activated, and we are now over 9,000. 9,300 actually. But unfortunately, yeah, I think that is all of the grass now. 9,400. It looks like that's about our max. Almost 9,500. Alright, this run is finally coming to an end. So we'll be able to see just how many resources 9,000 energy was able to net us. 50,000 of those blues and 87,000 of these sunflowers, 35,000 of the roses. So does that allow us to max out our tree up here? Let's see, that is maxed out. This I don't think is going to be able to max out. No, we are one upgrade away. Otherwise, this top part of the tree is maxed out. I don't think at this moment we need any more green dew, although it would be fun, but that took quite a while to do. Maybe like 10 minutes. I do think my bird ended up not helping the entire time. I think he went away. I probably ran out of energy, so I'm going to, there you go, give him 3,000 extra energy. Magnet range. Yeah, what else am I going to spend stuff on? I just want to max out my birds as much as I can. So, speedy, more energy. Probably want to focus more on some experience now. So, let's do that. Oh, I can get another resource when leveling up. Or, yeah, leveling up. Yeah, so that'll give me more of those greens, which will pair nicely with this one that I just got. Damage More damage to undamaged ground. Sure. And that gives me 1 damage to damaged ground. So those kind of work together. Increase max energy by 1. Oh, that'll be very good. Especially if that's a permanent thing, then that'll really help increase what I'm doing. Oh, what do we have here? 500 experience when destroying rocks? I say that as if it's a big number, which it is, but we need 62,000 in order to even level up. But if I get like, I don't know, 20 or something, rocks, maybe even more, I could get a ton of experience from that. 250 upon melting snow. I did notice right up here, looks like we could get a chance for spawning snow, which is 75,000 of these light blues there. I think instead we're going to go heavily into those rocks, so that should be 1,500 experience every time we break a rock. And I guess we don't have much we can go into it, so just maxing those out. But I tell you what, I think that's going to do it for this episode. We did manage to get up to Prestige 5, basically maxed out the top half of the tree, and yeah, made a whole lot of progress. So we will pick up in this game again. Definitely plan on finishing it. So if you liked the video, please give it a like. If you would like to, go ahead and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, we will see you later. Thanks.